Well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a bit of a diversion from the food heresy this channel has seen over the years. And now it's time to do something completely different. Welcome to delicious and expensive foods. Let's get started. Yo, peoples! Qushu92 here, having a stream where I'm actually happy to look at some food. Because in the past, for many of you who have been here, you've noticed that I have seen the horrors of heretical foods and disgusting foods and foods prepared by people who don't exactly know what cleanliness or standards or sanitation standards are when it comes to preparing food as a whole. So today I want to highlight actual delicious foods, foods that people like to eat, and also see some of the most expensive types of foods that exists in the world today. So yeah, welcome to delicious and expensive foods. Now, some of these I've seen, but I haven't really paid attention to them all that much. So let's check out some of the most priciest foods real quick. And let me make sure. Oh, wow. You know what I completely forgot to do? I completely forgot to change the chat over to the current one because it still has the last stream. You said food, so I'm here for recipe ideas. Yo, Chris, my brother, it's good to see you, my friend. Hold on, let me mess with some things real quick. Beep 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 eepity beep eepy 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 eepity doo. Do do do. Wow, and I still have the solo leveling numbers and stuff over here off to the side. I'm sorry. I was kind of distracted because I was playing Warframe earlier. Don't worry, Chris, we're gonna play that a little later. I was distracted because I built Geyer Prime and I built her Alternox weapon and I looked up some good builds for her, which are kind of solid right now. And I was leveling her, and I completely forgot to get rid of everything else that was there. But now we should be back to normal. So let's get back to the foods. Let's get back to the foods. So in the history of this channel, we've indulged. Well, I won't even say indulge because indulge means to purposefully. Actually, you know what? I don't even know what indulge means. Indulge. Indulge means to allow oneself or others to enjoy pleasure, often by giving in to desires, cravings, or whims, even if it's slightly excessive or unnecessary. That is not the correct way to use it. We were subjected. We didn't indulge, but we were subjected to what I would call. By the way, you're not happy you had to farm for tellurium for your nidus. At least you got the parts for your nidus, but it's still very weird that your entire nidus prime disappeared. It is weird for a frame to just be gone. Like you had a nidus and it's just gone. That's strange that you just had an entire prime just taken from you. But I'm glad I had those extra Nidus parts for you, so that way you can at least build Nidus again, and then you can get your hands back on him again. But, yes. Yeah, Kitty-induced torture. You all were subjected to it. Yes, we were, Kitty! We were all subjected to your brand of insanity. But in the history of this channel, it wasn't even a Prime, just regular as well. Oh, so you never had a Nidus Prime. Oh, so when you said you needed a Nidus, you just needed regular Nidus parts? Or Nidus Prime parts? Did you just need, like, regular Nidus? I was under the assumption that you needed a Nidus Prime. Huh. Huh. We'll discuss this later. We'll discuss it later. But over the course of this channel's history, when we've delved into food heresy, we've seen crazy things made from Josh and Mama and people on TikTok, and just the insanity of what people will do and subject food to that is just flat out insane and wrong. But today, I want to offer a palate cleanser before we enter into the final week of this year. And before we even get to Christmas, I want us to check out some of the most delicious foods that exist, as well as checking out some of the more insane things that pertains to food, such as the most expensive ones that exist as well. I'm kind of being careful whether or not I'm going to look up a video, because you know how they can be sometimes, copyright reasons, and then if it's a well-known, no, you needed the prime parts since you decided to get the upgrade to replace your disappeared regular one. Okay. I just wanted to know. But we may check out some videos of some very expensive foods and see how they are, but also the prices for them too. But let's go ahead and check out world's most expensive foods. And also, got to be careful with some of these sites because they always ask you, like, oh, would you like to be informed of stuff? And they'll just flat out put my email off there to the side. So, let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, we're good. World's most expensive foods, 10 of the priciest ingredients on the planet. Let's just see what the most expensive stuff is. Let's just see the ingredients themselves and how pricey they are. No, I don't want to take a quiz. So we have Kobe beef. Special type of beef that comes from Wagyu cattle. To qualify as Kobe, the cattle must be born, raised, and processed within Japan's Hyogo Prefecture in western Japan. Even more specifically, they must belong to the Tajima-gyu breed, a purebred Japanese black cattle. The cattle are fed a diet rich in grains, which adds to their higher fat content and tender texture. The resulting meat must have both a high marbling rating and meat quality rating to get the Kobe designation. These standards are so strict that only 3,000 to 4,000 head of Kobe cattle come to market each year. Fewer than 1,000 of those are exported. In the United States, Kobe beef can cost $25 to $50 per ounce and more at restaurants. At Cote Miami, for example, a single ounce of Kobe beef will cost $76. With a protein this pricey, its preparation is best left to trained culinary professionals. And this is what Kobe beef looks like, because it basically looks like, if you ever seen like a marble countertop, it's basically marbled meat. Kobe beef is distinctive for its abundant marbling, the white veins of fat that runs through the meat. Looks pretty good. I wonder how that would taste with with some cheese on the side. I'm kidding though, because it's probably not what they put on there. Kitty, you say it's so good? Oh, so you had the most expensive meat in the world. Okay. White truffles. White truffles are one of the most expensive types of truffles in the world. Truffles are the edible spores of a type of underground fungus. The white variety has a strong earthy flavor with notes of oak and garlic. They are often shaved on top of a finished dish like pasta, risotto, or eggs. Also known as Alba truffles, white truffles are primarily found in the Piedmont region of Italy, as well as in parts of Croatia and Slovenia. The truffle fungi require a special relationship with tree roots in order to grow. The fungi help the trees to gather water and minerals, and the tree feeds the truffle with sugars. Truffles also rely on forest creatures to eat them and spread their spores for propagation. This special codependent relationship is very hard to recreate in a controlled environment, making truffles mostly foraged rather than cultivated. This is why they are so rare, and therefore so expensive. A single ounce of white truffles could go for more than $400. And a special truffle shaver is used to sliver off thin slices of white truffle. You do that to Kobe beef, and I will appear like a JoJo Obaki character with Amy's mallet. I was messing. I ain't gonna put no cheese on no Kobe beef because I don't even know the first thing about these foods being properly prepared and the right thing to put on them. I was messing. Didn't you see my sly look on my face? I wasn't being serious. I am not putting no cheese on no Kobe beef. That is such an American thing to think of. And ruin the flavor? No. Beluga caviar. Caviar is a luxury food that is made from the unfertilized roe or eggs of sturgeon fish. Caviar is usually served as an appetizer, typically on toast points or blinis, and is often accompanied by sour cream, chives, and lemon. The most expensive type of caviar is beluga caviar, which comes from the beluga sturgeon. This large fish often weighs nearly 600 pounds, but the largest ever recorded weighed in at, often weighs at 600 pounds. Largest ever recorded was 3,463 pounds? That's more than a car! A fish that weighed more than a car, you're getting caviar from this thing? Because of the popularity of beluga caviar, the freshwater beluga sturgeon species was wildly overfished and became endangered. The United States, which imported 80% of the world's supply, banned imports at 2005. Oh, that's funny. Let's take 80% of it, and then we ban it. Let's make sure we get plenty first, and then we'll ban it. In 2020, a business in Florida received an exemption to sell beluga caviar. Mark Zaslavsky, owner of Sturgeon Aquafarms, had brought some of the sturgeon to the U.S. before the ban and raised them in his aquafarm. He now sells the caviar and has also donated fertilized sturgeon eggs to help repopulation efforts. The item remains exorbitantly priced. An ounce of the American farmed purebred beluga caviar costs about $770 for 28 grams, around an ounce, from their retail market. Plus shipping, you can get free shipping on orders over $2,000. We'll give you free shipping if your order of caviar is over $2,000. Think of them as the Kobe of caviar. $2,000! Topped with that much beluga caviar, that's a very expensive piece of toast. Covering that much bread in that much caviar, I would say that is the most expensive piece of toast in the world. Interesting. Saffron. Saffron is a spice made of the dried stigma of the saffron crocus flower. Crocus! Maybe that's where Crocus's name comes from in One Piece. Of the saffron crocus flower. Its unique flavor and aroma are often described as floral, honey-like, and slightly bitter. It's grown primarily in Iran and is a common ingredient in Iranian, Moroccan, and Indian dishes. You'll find it in risotto, paella, and bouillabaisse. Bouillabaisse? I want to say bouillabaisse. I might be saying it wrong. Bouillabaisse recipes. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world by weight due to the labor-intensive process of harvesting the stigma. Each crocus flower only makes 3 strands of saffron, and they must be removed one at a time using tweezers. Wow. As of 2024, saffron retails between $10 and $20 per gram. If it's less than $10 a gram, it's probably a fake like cornstalk threads or safflower. These fakes usually aren't harmful, but they won't provide the flavor you're after either. While it's very expensive per gram, a little saffron goes a long way. An education in the culinary arts from develop their palate so they're not overusing pricey spices like saffron. Okay, Matsutake mushrooms. Matsutake mushrooms are highly prized in Japanese cuisine and are one of the most expensive types of mushrooms in the world. They have a strong earthy aroma and a firm, meaty texture. They are harvested in the fall and can be eaten raw or cooked in a variety of dishes. such as soups, stews, and rice dishes. These large mushrooms are native to Japan, but some species can also be found in parts of China, Korea, and the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. Like truffles, they cannot be reliably grown. Instead, they are foraged from among the roots of red pine trees. Fresh matsutake mushrooms are usually available from about September into November in the US. Their price varies widely from about $40 per pound in the United States to as much as $1,000 per pound in Japan. The price disparity owes in part to the different species. The type found in the United States are related but not technically considered traditional matsutake mushrooms, as well as a shortage in Japan, where environmental stressors and pine wilt disease have impacted their production. Now, mind you, these are just like extra tidbits down here from the actual School of Culinary Arts. Kopi Luwak coffee. Kopi Luwak coffee. Kopi Luwak coffee is considered the most expensive coffee in the world, likely because of how it's harvested. It's made from coffee beans that have been eaten and excreted by Asian palm civets, a type of wild cat-like animal native to Indonesia. Yes, a coffee derived from mammal poop is a prized delicacy. Okay, 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 okay. What is that? That that is Kopi Luwak coffee. And the manner of which it is obtained is by basically letting a civet eat it and then have it come out the other end and then harvest the beans themselves. Because my thing is, here's my thing. It says the beans are fermented and partially broken down inside the civet's digestive tract before they are harvested from the leftovers of the civet, washed thoroughly and roasted. So it is allowed to be inside the civet, and the way they say it's fermented is literally going through its intestines, and it adds to the flavor of the coffee! The coffee is said to have a rich, smooth flavor with hints of chocolate and caramel. Where in your head are you getting that chocolate flavor from? How does something that isn't even chocolate giving you a chocolate flavor? Where are you getting the chocolate flavor from? No! Where are you getting the chocolate and caramel flavor from? A pound of these beans, when harvested in the wild, can go for $600, and a cup could run you $100, making it the most expensive in the world. There are concerns about this popular coffee having a detrimental effect on the civet population. Some people capture civets and keep them in poor conditions to mass produce the beans. And that's wrong. As naturally solitary animals, civets don't thrive on farms, so make sure to only get yours from ethical sources. And then we have Iberico ham. Iberico ham, also known as jamon iberico, is a cured ham that is produced in Spain and Portugal. It has a complex nutty flavor with hints of acorns, herbs, and spices. It's served in thin slices and eaten on its own so the flavor can shine through. Oh, so you really just eat this meat by itself. You don't add anything on. This meat is made from the Iberian pig, a breed that is known for its unique flavor and texture. These pigs are allowed to roam freely, where they get plump on an acorn heavy diet. After processing, the meat is salted, dried, and aged for up to 3 years. Due to the time involved in making it, Iberco ham can be quite pricey. A single leg, 13 to 17 pounds, can cost between $500 and $4,500. This be some expensive ham. Denske watermelon. Denske watermelon? Denske watermelon, also known as black watermelon, is a rare and unique melon that is only grown on the island of Hokkaido in northern Japan. Just like true champagne only comes from a certain region in France, the Denske watermelon is only considered legitimate if it comes from Hokkaido. You can buy seeds and grow your own, but that's not the same. The Denske watermelon is known for its distinct black rind, crisp red flesh, and exceptional sweetness. Their flavor is often described as having a hint of strawberry or honeydew melon. I think someone made this ham in their attic, literally took a year, and he said it was good. Interesting. These melons are grown in the volcanic soil of Hokkaido, which is rich in minerals and nutrients. They require a cool climate and plenty of water to thrive. Denske watermelons are hand-picked when fully ripe, then washed and packaged for shipment. Only 10,000 are grown each year, which accounts for their exceptional price. They then go to auction. Their starting price is around $250, but one jumbo black watermelon sold at a record price of $6,100 in 2008. And this is what a Denske watermelon looks like. No swirls or anything, it's just a pure black watermelon. Bluefin tuna! I heard about this one, because, growing up, had to cover it and dry age it at very specific temperatures and humidity. That sounds like it takes a lot of work. Just doing that consistently. But when it came to tuna, when I was growing up as a kid, I just thought tuna was just like, around the same size as like your average fish. No, tuna is literally half the size of your average 6-foot tall man. That's how big tuna is. Tuna is massive. Bluefin tuna is highly prized in Japan, where it is a staple of sushi and sashimi. It has a rich, buttery flavor and tender texture. The closest I ever got to bluefin tuna in terms of not your average type of fish to eat all the time was Chilean sea bass, and that was the closest I ever got to anything that was deep sea made. It's also popular in other countries, particularly among seafood enthusiasts and high-end restaurants. This popularity has led to overfishing in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, and it is now an endangered species. But fishing restrictions have helped the species to begin recovering over the past decade. Due to its popularity and fishing restrictions, bluefin tuna is pricey. A 212-kilogram bluefin tuna sold for $273,000 at auction in Tokyo in January 2023. That breaks down to $1,287 per kilo. A 2-pound bluefin tuna steak retails for over $80 plus shipping. Skip the extra Scofier stuff. Yeah, these jokers are big. Ruby Roman grapes. I have never heard of these. Ruby Roman grapes are a rare and exclusive variety of grapes that are only grown in Japan. These round, plump grapes have a deep red color and thick skin. They are known for their large size, with individual grapes often weighing up to 20 grams each. Ruby Roman grapes are very sweet with a rich, fruity flavor that is often compared to that of wine grapes. They are exclusively grown in the Ishikawa prefecture of Japan on the west coast of the Honshu Island. They are carefully tended by farmers who limit the number of grapes per vine to ensure the highest quality. Ruby Roman grapes are hand-picked when fully ripe, then carefully packed and shipped to markets in Japan and around the world. These grapes are priced by category, with superior bunches going from $90 to $140, and special superior bunches costing between $180 and $450. The rarest of all, the premium Ruby Roman grapes, can go up for $1,000 per bunch. Saw this be caught on shark lines, and it was a fight. Had bluefin tuna with caviar and a crisp before. Well, look at Kitty being the fancy one out of everybody. And that's it for world's most expensive foods. So let's see. We're gonna test some things out. Let me get my headphones on. If it gets like a copyright claim, that's one thing. But let's see if we can find some expensive foods on YouTube, so that way we can have just like a little bit of an extra view here. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Most expensive foods. Okay. Ooh, okay. Here's one. And let me make sure the volume is good. Okay. All right. 3:57. I'm gonna have to step away at like 4 o'clock, so that way the boys can have their final meal for today. All right, we're back here. 10 most expensive foods in the world, and this is top trending. Obviously, this stream isn't monetized because just in case.
The very rich are privy to an array of incredible experiences most of us will never come within shouting distance of, which is why we tend to regard them with a strange...
Okay. Could you guys hear? I hit the button, but it didn't seem like it was playing loud enough.
The very rich are privy to an array of incredible experiences most of us will never come within shouting distance of, which is why we tend to regard them with a strange kind of jealous fascination. We'd all like to know, even if just for a day, what it's like to spend money like water, fly on tricked-out private jets, wake up in a multi-million-dollar home, and hang out with celebrities.
There's a channel that did a video of cooking every kind of brisket. Ends with a 5K Wagyu brisket. Anonymous at one point said he had bluefin tuna tartare with caviar and truffle oil. Okay, so your husband is out there living the rich and famous life when it comes to eating these foods. Not only does he have an eloquent way with words, but his palate for food is eloquent as well. I commend this, sir. I commend this man. I do.
Celebrities and supermodels. But if you're a foodie, we're about to give you several more reasons to be jealous, 10 of them to be exact. Assembled from all around the globe, these culinary delights are off limits to all except those with ridiculous amounts of money to spend. They're the 10 most expensive food items in the entire world, and unless you're among the super rich yourself, they'll empty your wallet just as quickly as they'll fill your stomach.
All right, real quick, just a disclaimer, this video is 7 years old, so the prices for these foods may have changed over the several years. Special delivery pizza? $4,200!
We start things off with one incredible pizza, one you'll never find on the menu at Domino's. In 2006, world-renowned chef Domenico Crolla of Glasgow, Scotland, created a pie intended for a St. Valentine's Day meal which he dubbed the Pizza Royale 007. It's unclear why he chose the James Bond reference. Perhaps he needed the super spy to hunt down all of his ultimate pizza's ingredients. Among the pie's more extravagant toppings were caviar soaked in fine champagne, choice cuts of smoked salmon and lobster marinated in the fine toppings were caviar.
The caviar! His taste in food is wide and far. Oh, I believe it. The caviar has been soaked and marinated in champagne. Champagne caviar?
Soaked in fine champagne, choice cuts of smoked salmon and lobster marinated in the finest cognac available. Then for good measure, he topped off the...
You are going to get drunk from this pizza. Everything is dipped in alcohol. The caviar is dipped in champagne. The lobster meat and salmon is dipped in cognac. What's next? The bread is going to be soaked. It's going to have like a vodka, like, what is it, glaze?
Assembled pizza with a healthy amount of 24-karat gold shavings. Fortunately, all of this
Are the shavings edible? Because if it isn't, why are you putting gold shavings on my food that I'm going to eat? Is the gold shavings edible? Why are you putting gold on my pizza? Maybe I say this as an individual who sees a cold cut sandwich in the same vein as like the most expensive piece of seafood I've ever had, and I believe it was like a lobster tail. But gold shavings on my pizza. I'm wondering why are you putting this metal on my food? It's already bad enough that I can't be the only one who, growing up, when you cook pizza inside of the oven and you put it on aluminum foil, sometimes the pizza would get stuck to the aluminum foil and you had to be real careful so you can peel off the aluminum foil from the bottom of your pizza so that way you're not eating aluminum foil on accident. But you putting gold on the food directly.
Was for a good cause. The pie was created to raise funds for the Fred Hollows Foundation, a nonprofit with the goal of eradicating preventable blindness in developing countries. At auction on eBay, the pizza brought home a winning bid of $4,200, snatching the record for world's most expensive pizza from a slightly less extravagant white truffle.
Gold can be eaten? But here's the thing. It's just like Willy Wonka said. Everything here is eatable. Everything is edible. Even I am eatable, but that is called cannibalism and is often frowned upon in certain countries. I'm sure the gold can be eaten, but is it safe? That's the question. If I'm eating gold on top of my food, I'm not going to have any adverse reactions of me eating gold. Because that's metal. Shaved metal. That's metal. You're eating. Is it safe? Not unless this is like a facsimile of gold and is actually something that is made to look like gold but is actually edible. There's a $1,200 requires at least 24 hours prior ordering with gold coverings. $1,200 what? A $1,200 what? Nah, not in that quantity. That's what I'm saying. If you're putting gold shavings over the food, do you expect people to eat that with the gold on top? And if you're sprinkling it, that button won't hurt because it's gold leaf? Gold leaf. Huh, okay. Okay, let's keep going.
Pie created by London's Maze Restaurant, which is owned by none other than famed chef Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon! The Fortress Stilt Fisherman Indulgence. $1,400! This piece of food better cure cancer. $1,400! Is a very thin gold gilding, and I meant it's a $1,200 sundae. Oh, okay. $14,500 for the Fortress Stilt Fisherman Indulgence. See, here I thought that only food heresy would make me audibly crash out, but this one... $1,400! What is it? I better be able to walk up walls after eating something $1,400.
This oddly named confection was once considered the world's most expensive dessert, and it can only be found in one place, at the Fortress Resort and Spa in Sri Lanka. At its base, it's simply a cassata, a traditional Italian sponge cake, but this cake has been tricked out with enough expensive fillings and decorations to make it worth slightly less than your average new car. The cake itself is flavored with a fruit-infused Irish cream, and filled with a mango and pomegranate compote, with a Dom Perignon Champagne Sabayon. Adorning the dessert will be hand-carved chocolate sculptures of the stilt fishermen, which can be seen throughout the area, along with delicate edible leaves of gold. And to top it all off, the dish is decorated with an 80-carat aquamarine stone. This incredibly flavored, sublimely constructed dessert is truly one of a kind, but if you want to indulge, bring your platinum card. The amazing seaside resort may boast sweets starting from only a couple $100, but the stilt fisherman indulgence will tack a hefty $14,500 onto your bill.
the rooms themselves will cost like $100 or so. But this dessert will literally drain your bank account. $1,400 for this dessert. And it's even made. You want to know what you want to know what I think? I think everything on that plate is just $500. It's the rhinestone they put on the chocolate that's $14,000. Everything else that's $500. The rhinestone itself is $14,000. Now here's my question: You're serving me this. I'm keeping the stone. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the stone, and then I'm selling it. 80 carats? 80 carats rhinestone? I'm keeping it. Don't say like, oh, it's just there for decoration. Don't put it on my plate. Don't put it on my plate if you don't want me to have it. Don't put it on my plate if it ain't mine. If I'm paying for it, that rhinestone is mine. I'm getting my money back somehow. I wish they would come over to my plate and say like, oh, thank you, but we will be taking the rhinestone back. No. You will not be taking the rhinestone back. I will take this rhinestone from you. I will take this back to America for myself. And I wish you would take this rhinestone from me. You making me pay $14K for this thing? I'm taking the rhinestone with me. Good Lord. Here we go. English Wagyu beef pie. Ah! It's getting more, okay. How long is this video? 10 minutes. You mean to tell me things get even more, we're going up? We're going up in expense. We're going up. We started at 4,000. Now we're at 1,500. Poor Kitten 2 laughing and coughing at the same time. I am so sorry if I'm making her cough. Please, I'm sorry, Kitten 2. I'm sorry for making you laugh and cough at the same time. Please continue to recover. My bad, Kitty. I'm sorry, but this is expensive. $1,500. No, not even 1,500. 15,000. 14,000 for the last one. 15,000 for this one. Or $1,990 per slice. Okay. That scream. No, it's good. No, it's great. She's enjoying. Keep going. Yes, ma'am. English Wagyu beef.
The Fence Gate Inn in Lancashire, UK is home to the world's priciest beef and mushroom pie. It's a traditional dish enjoyed by Brits of all stripes, but this version, as you might have suspected, uses slightly fancier ingredients than tradition demands. To start with, the pie is stuffed with about $1,000.
Yep, we just looked up Wagyu beef,
which is only obtained from
Wagyu. I said Wagyu beef.
Native to Japan.
I said Wagyu beef. Yes, yes. Here we have the Wagyu beef. No, we don't say beef here over in Lancaster. It's Wagyu beef. It's Wagyu beef. We say it like our French allies over in France. We say it Wagyu beef. But we just looked up the Wagyu beef and why it's so expensive, but my goodness.
$1,000 worth of Wagyu beef, which is only obtained from one of 4 breeds of cattle native to Japan. The chef then adds exquisite matsutake mushrooms, which go for about $1,000 per pound. Black truffles and the requisite gold leaf are then added before marinating the entire
Gold leaf! Chris, you was just talking about gold leaf. Yo, Holster!
entire mixture in 2 bottles of 1982 Chateau Mouton Rothschild red wine, which itself rings up at about $4,200 per bottle. It's then baked inside an expertly prepared crust. The pie is served with champagne and can feed 8 people, which is a good thing because this is one bill you're going to want to split. The entire pie costs $15,900, or just a little under $2,000 per slice, but the chef claims that it's totally worth it to experience the best beef and mushroom pie you'll ever taste.
Bruh, $15,000 is what I would need if I'm looking to stay in the UK for like a couple of days and I'm staying in like a good hotel and I want to be there for maybe, let's give it a week. Let's give it a week. I'm staying over in a good, nice, ritzy area of the UK, and I'm eating some of the best foods, $1,500 is what I'm gonna need for the trip. You mean to tell me just this pie alone is gonna cost me the whole trip of me staying in the UK? No! That's gonna be a no! Expensive! Not expensive, expensive!
Taste in your life.
Yubari melons. Ah! $30,000! Ah! $30,000! $30,000 for some melons? These melons better help me float and fly. These melons better rejuvenate my skin, get rid of all those blemishes. It better help me see in the dark for $30,000. I better be able to lift a car after eating one of these melons for $30,000.
Melons are something of a delicacy in Japan since they're difficult to grow there, which can make them pretty pricey. The dansuke, a rare black watermelon grown only on the northern Japanese island of
Dansuke.
Hokkaido, is the world's most expensive watermelon, but it was put to shame in 2008 by a pair of cantaloupes which sold for over 3 times that amount at auction. The melons grown in the Yubari region of Hokkaido were judged along with over 100 others as part of a competition before the auction and took home the top prize. They were purchased by a local restaurant owner and businessman for the princely sum of $23,000. For a time, they were the most expensive melons ever sold, but in 2018, the president of a Japanese fruit and vegetable packaging company commemorated his firm's 30th anniversary by purchasing 2 prize Yubaris for the equivalent of $29,251 US. The melons were kept on display for a couple of months before being cut into pieces which were given away for free to customers, just so a few lucky common people could experience the reportedly otherworldly taste of the king of melons.
That was $30,000. How are you gonna go to $30,000 for a melon and then just slightly bring it down to $25,000 for the real death by chocolate? Still though, $25,000 for chocolate! And after this one, I gotta go feed the boys and get their food together, and then I'll come back and we'll watch the rest of them. Once Denim or Kenzo come in here and they want water, I'll give them water, and then we'll come back and we'll refocus up.
Serendipity 3 restaurant is a New York landmark, having been featured in several Hollywood feature films, including one even titled Serendipity, and famous for their frozen hot chocolate, which sounds a little counterintuitive, but is apparently so good that Jackie Kennedy once tried to steal the recipe. Serendipity 3 produced a sundae called the Golden Opulence, which was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's most expensive dessert in 2004, but it only cost a mere $1,000. The restaurant's owners soon decided
it only cost a mere $1,000. One day I want to be at a point in my life where I can say $1,000 is considered mere. One day I want to get to the point where if I'm spending anything, I can look at $1,000, casually spend it, and just say, oh, it's only a mere $1,000. One day. For this joker to say it's only a mere $1,000, bruh. For some people, $1,000 is an entire month's worth of expenses for a household, depending on the household. I want to get to the point where I can look at $1,000 and say that's mere.
it was time to outdo themselves, and did they ever. The frozen Haute chocolate, a decidedly higher-end version of their famous dessert, is made from a combination of 28 expensive chocolates from Africa and South America. It's topped with 23-karat gold shavings and a truffle imported from France, and the drink is served in a gold-lined crystal goblet adorned with an 18-karat white gold bracelet. Even the spoon it's served.
Okay, so another thing. If I'm paying for this, I'm keeping the bracelet too. I ain't gonna wear it. I'll give it to my significant other. She can have it. She can have it. She can have the very expensive bracelet, but she can only wear it to formal occasions, and she can't put it up online. And she can never, ever let her family know. At all. She can't let her family know. She can't take pictures of it. Can't say like, oh, this is where I'm going. She can't be all like that, because all it takes is for someone that she knows to be all like, huh, that's a nice bracelet. It's also very expensive. Maybe I need to go see her. Nah, because I will be dusting people. But if it comes to the bracelet, I'm keeping a bracelet, and I'm giving it to her. You making me pay $2,500 for some chocolate? I'm keeping all the expensive stuff. I'm keeping everything that I have the capacity to sell or keep for myself. We don't let you keep the bracelet. Then I ain't paying for this thing. Cause why? Because we all know that the bracelet also adds on to the price too. You literally got an expensive piece of jewelry that's around the cup itself. That's mine now. I paid for this food. I paid for this drink. I'm taking the bracelet with me. Oh, you can. That's just part of the decoration. You could have just gave it to me in a simple. You could have just gave it to me as well. You could have just gave it to me in like a regular glass. Why you put the bracelet on there? Why give it to me if I can't have it? Don't put it in front of me, because that's coming back home with me. It's going to be with her. I'm just saying. We went from the Stiltman's dessert with the rhinestone sitting on top of the chocolate pendulum. That's coming home with me. And this bracelet's coming home with me too. And I'm giving it to my baby. I'm giving it to her.
With is made of solid gold. And yes, you get to keep all the adornments, which is a good.
Thank you. Okay, so that way I can't be held liable for theft. So we can keep it. So that's one way of recouping the cost of paying for this thing. Probably ain't gonna cost you $2,500 though, but at least you'll get something back.
Good thing, because the frozen Hate chocolate will set you back a whopping $25,000.
The King Taco. Also $2,500. All right. I said after the super expensive sundae, the world's richest sundae, a sundae only Doflamingo could enjoy. $5 on Temu. Exactly. $5 ice cream on Temu. I'm shopping like a billionaire. Yeah, because we all know how trustworthy Temu is. Hey, you know this thing that you see on Amazon that's $405? We'll give it to you for $40. Is it the real thing? We'll give it to you for $40. Don't worry about it. We'll send it right to you. Trust me. We're Temu. We're cheap. You can trust us. That's the reason why I don't be messing with Temu at all. But yeah, I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and get the food for the boys. Let me feed them, have them eat, and then we'll continue with the King Taco. Back in a bit. Hold tight. Never bought from Temu, never will either. Neither will I. I'm sticking with just, reputable sources, and just Amazon. And that's basically it. That's it. Only official, reputable sources and Amazon. And that's it. No exceptions. The King Taco! Kenzo and Denim are eating right now. You'll probably see Denim pop up first, because he's always the one who tries to speed eat, so he'll probably come here first.
Gran Veas Los Cabos is a 5-star resort in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, an area where you could probably pick up a fantastic taco on any street corner. But if you're looking for a truly singular taco experience and have money to burn, you'll want to stop by Gran Velas Frida restaurant to check out the culinary masterpiece created by executive chef Juan Ligerio Acala. The world's most expensive taco begins with Kobe beef and langoustine, a type of prawn indigenous to Norway.
Kobe beef and lobster meat? Well, I'm sorry. Let me be official. Prawn meat? If it doesn't have a logo, I don't know it. Don't. If it doesn't have a logo, I don't know it. Don't come in my house. I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh yeah, I forgot to say earlier, but even though it's a bit late, I finally got your Christmas calendar. Awesome, Holster. That's great to hear. I'm happy for you. But Kobe beef and
Most
prawn?
expensive taco begins with Kobe beef and langoustine, a type of prawn indigenous to Norway. Almas beluga caviar and black truffle brie cheese are
Kobe beef, beluga caviar, lagostan, and truffles. All mixed together to make taco meat? That's the most expensive quesadilla I've ever seen. That is the most expensive 5-layer beef burrito I've ever seen. Taco Bell needs to up their game. They might need to do something similar to this. Get some 5-layer beef burritos, but mixed in some shredded cheese per layer. You know, because that's pretty much the only thing if I ever get Taco Bell, it's always just a 5-layer beef burrito. I got a cast iron stomach, so it doesn't do anything to me. But I feel like if they wanted to do like a 5-layer beef burrito, they could just do the meat, but sprinkle the cheese across the meat as they're folding it, rather than it just being within a layer surrounding the meat. You know, drizzle it in between. But wow. That is a lot of expensive ingredients all mixed together.
added to the mix, along with a salsa made with exotic morita chili peppers. The taco is served in a gold flake-infused corn tortilla, and you can see what true luxury tastes like for the low price of only $25,000. As long as you've got that kind of money laying around, you might as well order drinks too. A handcrafted
No. You already hit my wallet for $25,000. Why? The only thing I'm getting after that is a water. Or if you got a Sprite, maybe some sweet tea. What you think, Denim? I know you're done. Hey, real quick. I know you want some water, but you want to say hi? This will be brief. It'll be brief. Say hi. It's okay. Hey, you see everyone? He's trying to get some good Okay, I get it. You want your water. Okay. Yeah, I know, boy. I know. I got you. Okay, let's go. He's a good boy. But when he wants to get his water, he's all like, yeah, put me down. I want my water right now. Stop playing. I'm thirsty. I had that dog food. I don't need you talking to me. I need you to get my water right now. Stop playing. You got one job, human, and that's to feed me and give me water. That's all you gotta do. But let me go ahead and take care of Denim real quick. Speaking of perfect timing, my food's just arrived. So let me grab that and then we'll continue. Yeah, let me grab that and then we'll continue. Hold tight, everybody. All right, I am back. Got my food right here. Let's see what the rest of these expensive foods are. But this man says, like, hey, while you're already spending $25,000 on this taco, why don't you also get a drink of this custom made whatever this is?
$5,000. As long as you've got that kind of money laying around, you might as well order drinks too. A handcrafted white, gold, and platinum bottle of Ley 925 Pasión Azteca Ultra Premium Añejo Tequila can be served on the side for only an additional $150,000.
Oh! 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 What? Oh! 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 What? You're spending $25,000. Oh, look at this big spender. Look at this big spender. Hey, you might as well get one of our custom drinks. And they don't tell you the price until they bring it to you. And they make it a big, and the thing is, they'll probably make it a big deal of bringing it to you. And you're all like, how much does this cost? Only $150,000 more. So if you're spending $2,500 on this taco and you get this tequila, that is $175,000 you're spending. You are out of your mind. $150,000. A lot of the high-end restaurants don't have prices. Yes, because it's not even a joke when you see it in movies, TV shows, and cartoons where they say, like, if you have to ask the price, then you can't afford it. Yeah, it's literally that example. We don't have a price because it's only for those who don't care about the price. So we usually don't even worry about it. We don't even worry about showing the price of this because the people who can actually dine here can afford it without asking. I, on the other hand, am the type of person to ask. $150,000! No! That's gonna be a no for me. And it's still on the taco. This is still the section about the taco. Okay, so so now I don't trust these prices. I don't trust these prices anymore. The tequila wasn't even part of the most expensive foods in the world. It wasn't even part of it. And yet it's pretty much the most expensive thing we've seen in this whole video. So I don't trust it when they just say, just $32,000. No, there's a catch. There's a catch. There's always a catch. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Please forgive me. But I don't trust these prices at all. There's always something with it. It's the caviar of caviars.
Speaking of Alma's caviar, if you end up enjoying it on your incredibly pricey taco, you may want to hunt some down for yourself. It won't be easy. It's made from the pure white eggs of an endangered fish, the albino beluga sturgeon, which is only found in the Caspian Sea. Also, the fish that the eggs are harvested from must be at least 100 years old. As you might expect, this makes Alma's caviar one of the rarest foods in the entire world.
The only way you'll get this specific kind is if the fish has lived longer than you. And only if that fish has lived longer than you. If it's less than 150 years old, it's not the best.
Even your average run-of-the-mill caviar makes Alma's caviar one of the rarest foods in the entire world. Even your average run-of-the-mill caviar is practically synonymous with a luxury lifestyle. But Alma's caviar is so scarce that even those who have the means to sample it might find it hard to come by. The white gold holds a place in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most expensive caviar of all time, around $32,000 for just a kilogram of the stuff. Of course, Chef Alcala over at the Grand Velas Resort seems to have a pretty good source. So if you have $32,000 lying around and just have to know what the fuss is all about, maybe he'll hook you up.
Okay, now we're slowly going back up with the price again. We're slowly going back up with the price again. We went down to $2,500 after seeing like $40,000 stuff. And then now we're going back up again. The pudding to end all puddings. This better make it so that I never want to eat any other sweets other than this one. This better put me on a fast of sweets. This better be so good that I swear off eating puddings or any sweets unless I can eat this just once a year. This better be that good. These foods need to be so good that you are willing to say, I will not eat anything of its kind for the entirety of the year if I can only eat it once, and you stick to it. It better be that forceful where you're all like, I'm fasting from any source of foods like this until this one day arrives in the year. This pudding better be so good that I don't want to even look at anything other than this pudding. It'll put me on a spiritual journey where I just work out all the time. Workouts 364 days a year just to eat this one pudding for one day. It better be that good. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. It's been a very busy day. I had to go earlier this morning to rehearse some lines because I'm taking part in a play tomorrow morning. So I've been busy all this morning, and then solo leveling earlier today. But I'm making excuses. Please forgive me. This better be the pudding to end all puddings in every sense of the word.
The Lindith Howe Country House is a 4-star hotel in Windermere, Cumbria, UK. Its head chef, Mark Guibert, knows that his countrymen and women love a good pudding, and apparently reasoned that the very, very rich ones would need a very, very expensive pudding to satisfy their tastes. With this in mind, he created the fanciest pudding on the planet, made from 4 varieties of Belgian chocolate which are considered the best anywhere. Infused through this special blend are essences of peach, orange, and whiskey, along with edible gold leaf and champagne-soaked caviar. The concoction is
edible
served in
gold
an edible
leaf.
Fabergé egg, and then just to up the fancy quotient as much as humanly possible, it's topped with an actual diamond. Just keep in mind that if you're planning a visit to Lindith Howe and want to sample the world's most expensive pudding for yourself, you'll have to order it at least 2 weeks in advance.
All right, so at least I'm building up the cost of me paying for these foods with some of the jewelry that they leave behind. We have the Stiltsman's Stiltsman's dessert that gives me a rhinestone. Then we have the most expensive chocolate, the what is it? The Death by Chocolate, the real Death by Chocolate. We still got that. That gives me an entire bracelet I can give to my baby, to my woman. And then this gives me just a straight up diamond on top. So I'm getting my cost back just a little bit. Not all at once though, because you kidding me if I'm going to eat all these foods in one day. That's money. That is money. One day I'll get to the point where I'll look at that and it's all like, man, maybe I'll have this another day. That's what you was talking about earlier? Yeah, I see now. What is this? Italian wipers. Flinson differ. $160,000 for Italian white Alba truffle. Okay. Expensive.
The white Alba truffle, found only in the Langhe and Mont.
This thing costs more than your average car. Paid in full. This is an entire car. And I mean that, a high-end car. A high-end car. A high-end car. This one truffle is the price of a... You know what, dude? Hold on. Let me see. Let me look this up. $100,000 car. What cars are we looking at? The 2025 Audi Q5. That comes to mind. Hold on, let me look at this. I'm not trying to... I don't need my location. Man, just show me the cars. The 2026 Acura SUV. That is $100. $100. $100,000. Like, okay. Let me come down here. I don't care about the performance. I don't care about what it can do. I just want to see the price. How expensive is this car? I don't even care if this thing can park itself. I just want to see the price. Okay, we got the ADX, $3,500. That's literally one of the foods we just looked at. We have the RDX, $4,500. That's literally one of the foods we just looked at. We have the MDX, $5,100 and $51,800. I can't say 5,100 because that's 5,100, but 51,000. See, they messing with me. Okay, so we got a 2027 Audi RS7. That is $159,000. This truffle costs more than a brand new 2026 Audi RS7. $159,795. This albino truffle, this white, not albino, but this white alba truffle, $160,000. Oh, they crazy. I'm trying to put this back to the view where it was again. There we go. That's a 3-month rent in some places. 3 months rent in some places. 3 months. 3 months.
The white Alba truffle, found only in the Langhe and Montferrat areas of northern Italy, is one of the priciest foods on earth. They're extremely hard to cultivate and highly sought after. But from October to November each year, you can visit the region's truffle fair, which attracts buyers from all 4 corners of the globe. Even regular truffles can fetch up to $300 per pound. But the white Alba, recognizable by its cream-colored flesh and distinctive marbling, is only for those with insane amounts of money to burn. They generally go from $3,000 to about $23,000 per pound, and some larger specimens have sold at auction for truly dizzying sums of money. A Hong Kong real estate investor shelled out $160,000 for a truffle weighing about 3.3 pounds, and in 2010, a pair of them sold for a whopping $330,000.
$275,000. Liquid gold. Didn't they have a commercial about Velveeta cheese being called liquid gold? You know, it was this big buff dude with a ponytail, and he was making Velveeta cheese in a blacksmithing, as if he was a blacksmith. Chris, you would have loved it. And he would just say, liquid gold. And he would just say that for the commercial. I have to look it up one day. But liquid gold, $275,000.
The world's most expensive food is actually a beverage, and there's only so much of it that exists in the world. It's a 1907 Heidsieck, far from the world's oldest champagne, but it certainly has a more interesting story than any vino any of us have ever tasted. In 1916, the Swedish freighter Jönköping, which counted several cases of the wine in question among its cargo, was sunk by a German U-boat, and it remained at the bottom of the ocean for 80 years. Fortunately, these conditions were ideal for champagne storage. The pressure on the ocean floor was roughly the same as the inside of the bottle, and of course the precious cargo was shielded from light. The ship was raised in 1997, and about 2,000 bottles were recovered, although not all of those were in saleable condition. You can buy the current vintage of the same champagne online for around $120 per bottle, but if you want to try the shipwrecked version, which sources say is absolutely mind-blowing, bottles are currently going at auction for an incredible $275,000.
Also, as you can tell from my recommendations, I've been watching a whole lot of Carol Burnett stuff. Tim Conway is amazing. Okay. All right. This one's from 11 years ago. Who's that handsome individual talking about delicious and expensive foods? He looks like he knows what he's on about. Let's see. This is Business Insider. I don't trust this one because they may be the ones like, hey, we can't have you using our footage, so we're going to just block your entire stream. So I'm not going to trust them. I'm not going to trust them. Truffles. 4 years ago. Donkey cheese. The what? Watch Mojo. This is from 4 years ago. Good, not a big drinker. Please look at the price of cheese. Please look at the price of cheese. Like the most expensive cheese in the world? Most expensive cheese in the world? Is that what you mean? Let's see. Let's go with expensive cheese. Oh, donkey cheese. Okay, so that's the one. Quite a few of these are six figures. Quite a few of these are six figures. Huh? 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 Donkey cheese? How much is donkey cheese? Okay, hold on, huh? Huh? Hold on. Let me look this up so that way it's not revealing anything. Donkey cheese price. The most expensive cheese in the world doesn't come from a cow, goat, or sheep. Donkey cheese. And this article was made last year. Okay, so we can kind of go through it. What in the world? Look up the price of a 25-year-old wheel of Parmesan, the true variant. Okay. 25-year-old Parmesan. I can't even spell Parmesan. Price. Okay, wheel. 25-year-old wheel of Parmesan. Okay, wheel of Parmesan. Okay, a 25-year-old wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano is extremely rare and valuable. 2000 $3,000 cheese wheel? There's a 21-year-old Parmigiano Reggiano cheese wheel. How much is this going for? The minimum bid is above $3,500. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. Will it take me to the site? Yeah, it'll take me to the site to get donkey cheese, but now the page isn't there anymore. But how expensive? How expensive is donkey cheese? World's most expensive cheese is actually made from donkeys. I'm trying to get like a big old, okay, $600 cheese. $600 for a single pound of donkey cheese. It takes 25 liters of donkey milk to make just 1 kilogram of cheese. $5K brisket. Let me see. $5K brisket. How often does this? Yo, CDs, good to see you. We're just talking about expensive foods. Some of these things have been crazy. Look, there was a thing called liquid gold, which was like this old Russian wine from a submarine that was sunk in like years ago, and the bottles run for 200 and what is it? 275, 215 ran for 200 plus 200K plus 200K just for one authentic bottle. The other ones are kind of lesser in price, but an authentic bottle from the submarine itself is 200K. Well over 200K. Hold on. 5K brisket price. 5-pound brisket can range widely in price, typically from $20 on sale to over $100, depending on the quality. USDA choice, prime, wagyu, whether it's a full packer or trimmed flat, and the specific retailer. And premium wagyu or specialty fed briskets can cost 15 to over 30 per pound. Wow. I'm still looking up most expensive brisket is Japanese A5 Wagyu brisket, prized for its intense marbling that melts at low temperatures, creating incredible richness, with prices often reaching 100 to 250 plus per pound. Yeah, authentic Wagyu, Japanese Wagyu brisket A5 grade is $829. Then we have one from Japanese A5 Wagyu Kagoshima whole brisket flat point BMS 12. That is almost $2,000. 1,875. The YouTube video ends with them cooking a brisket valued at 5,000 of Wagyu. I'm gonna be careful like pulling up videos, because even if I play some of them and some of them are fine, they can, some cheese can get 6 figures. Nah, I'll pass. I'll pass. Hold on, I'm looking this up. 6 figures for some cheese. For some cheese. A 5 pound wheel. Yeah, yeah. Siberian donkey milk cheese cost over 1,000 per kilogram. Spanish Cabrales blue cheese recently set a world record, selling for over $42,000 at an auction for a small wheel. A 5 pound wheel sold for, yeah, I just read that one. That's the $42,000 ones. It sold this year. It sold this year. A 5 pound wheel broke a record this year for most expensive cheese sold at an auction. That was a Cabrales blue cheese in Spain. These foods are expensive. And I say this as your average civilian. I haven't reached a status where it's all like, I feel like having that today and then maybe having that on Thursday. Oh, money's no object. The video is called Cooking Every Type of Brisket. Like I said, Chris, I am not going to be going through a whole bunch of videos every single time because YouTube copyright has been flimsy with allowing certain things and not allowing certain things, and I don't find out about it until after the stream is processed. And then sometimes they'll tell me, okay, you get a copyright claim, but the video's still up. And other times they'll be like, you got a copyright claim, and because it has this specific video in it, we're gonna block it in all countries. I mean, my SpongeBob video literally just got claimed because of some of the music in it, and it's been blocked in Belarus and Russia. So, yeah, you never can tell while you're doing certain things. So, I'm kind of being kind of careful. I'm just looking at some things, but I'm not gonna look into any more videos. That and the fact that I kind of want to eat some of my food that I got here as well, so I really want to do that before I kind of relax the rest of the day because I still got to go over my lines for tomorrow's skit. But this $70,000 wheel of Parmesan, this stuff is crazy. And it's only because this stuff is so rare to make, sometimes even so difficult to make that they're able to charge for it. Now that cheese with caviar and wine is so good. Oh, I can imagine. We got a rich one here. We got a really rich one who has been blessed to taste the amazingness of the world, being able to taste caviar and the cheese with some wine. We have a very, very, very well-traveled person in here who's able to enjoy all of this. I certainly don't feel any way about it, you eating so good all across the planet. Not at all. But I'm happy you are enjoying life as you are, Kitty, because that's all that really matters at the end of the day. But yeah, this stuff is crazy expensive. Very expensive. Some of these prices, I've never seen stuff this expensive for food before, ever. I don't even think it costs that much to own a horse. Don't look at you like that. You know I'm messing with you. Okay, let me do this. Most expensive wine? And I don't drink. I don't drink. I've never drank at all. The most expensive wine ever sold at auction is the 1945 Domaine della Romani Conti, fetching over $558,000 per bottle due to extreme rarity, with only 600 bottles made post-World War II. You'll share? Maybe you're territorial with your food? Oh, don't worry. I'm territorial as well. Hey, can I have a fry? No, you got fries. I don't mind sharing, but don't invite yourself. You gonna put in the finger, you gonna draw back a nub. Don't mess with my food now. There's a lot of things I let slide, but people eating from my plate. While I already got a mindset to clean my plate. No, that's a no-go. We don't be doing that in this house. Not in this house. But wow. Almost pretty much over $500,000 for this bottle of wine. Okay. Most expensive. I already looked up brisket. I already looked up cheese. I already looked up wine. We already know what the most expensive coffee is, and that's the one from the civets that they make. Most expensive fish to eat, bluefin tuna. We looked that up. Then the other with single fish selling for millions at auctions. No, I want to know what is the most expensive bluefin tuna sold. Whoa! The most expensive. Okay, I'm just looking it up. The most expensive bluefin tuna ever sold was a 612-pound fish bought by Japanese billionaire Kiyoshi Kimura for a record $3.1 million at Tokyo's Tosoyu Fish Market in January 2019. A price he paid for prestige and to support the industry. Most expensive bottled water. Most expensive bottle of water. Okay, now we're just getting ridiculous. We're getting ridiculous now. We're getting ridiculous now. We're getting ridiculous now. Now we're just getting ridiculous. We're getting ridiculous. Why? We're just getting ridiculous now. Now we're just getting ridiculous. We're getting ridiculous now. We're getting ridiculous with water! The most expensive bottle of water is the Acqua di Cristallo Tributo a Modigliani. For its $60,000 price tag due to its 24-karat gold bottle. Designer Fernando Altamirano and blend of Fiji French spring water with Icelandic glacier water, with some versions even claiming 5 grams of 23-karat gold per drop. $60,000 for water. And you can get a 32-pack for $7 or $12, depending on the grocery store you get it from. But there are people who are paying for the bottle and not the water inside. The Beverly Hills 90H2O Diamond Collection is a... The Beverly Hills 90H2O Diamond Collection bottle is $100,000 for some water. because the bottle itself is encrusted in diamonds. So here's my question, because I see so many people trying to drink all these Fiji waters, thinking that, oh, this is better than bottled water. I'm drinking Fiji water. Oh, this makes me feel even more energized than drinking a regular bottle of water. It's water. It's water. The better the taste is depending on how cold it is. Oh, come on, let's stop kidding ourselves, okay? All right. All right, can we stop kidding ourselves thinking that stuff like Fiji water is like the best water out there when it's water. It's water. It tastes even better when it's really cold. If you drink it room temperature, if it's been in the fridge for just like 5 minutes, it's not good. It's not good enough. But if you drink it when it's like freezing cold, maybe put it in the freezer for about a good 5 minutes. Then take it out. Nice and cold, almost to the point where if you blow on it or shake it up, it turns into slushy and ice. It's just water. It's water. It's water. It's water by itself. It doesn't have anything extra in it. Maybe what they call extra minerals for taste. It's water. What is it? Why does it need to taste like anything? It's water. It's water. It's water. It's water. So when I look at people drinking Fiji water or all these are like LeBlue, and mind you, I'm guilty of drinking LeBlue, but it's just water. It's water. I don't think like my body feels even more rejuvenated. I'm ready to go another 16 hours of being up, doing whatever. I never felt that way from water. Is it refreshing? Yes, it is. But I never look at water as all like, oh my goodness, this is the best water I could ever have. I can't imagine myself drinking any other sort of water in my entire life. What? It's water. It's water. It's water. Welcome back, CDs. Water! If it doesn't have the ability to make me fly, I don't care about the type of water it is. Actually, I do. Let me be specific. The water has to be clean. Let me be specific here. Let me just cover my bases right now before someone says something. Clean water. But like a regular bottle of water? Fine. It's fine. But diamond encrusted ones? I'm good. It's water. It's water. Now there's different types of water. Okay, what kind? What kind that makes it different from each other that doesn't just make it say like it's just water without a different name in front? Don't worry, I'll wait. Thank you, Kitty, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, it's water. It's water. It's water. Then we got deep sea water from Hawaii with natural electrolytes. Japanese water in elaborate king queen bottles with gold crowns. Iceberg water from the North Atlantic offering a taste of pure ancient ice. And do y'all purify this water? Making sure that it's safe for consumption? Because I've seen people dirty water with minerals. Talking about water you can ingest. But these people who get these iceberg waters and it's just pure iceberg, are you cleaning it? Are you cleaning the water to make sure? Because there's bacteria in the water. Because remember, I was like earlier this year or maybe last year, people were going all the way into Antarctica or going to these different places, and they would put their mugs inside of just pure cold water up there and then try and drink it. And I'm like, no, there's contaminants. Just because it's cold doesn't mean that bacteria ain't in there. People drinking and they not even filtering it. They just drinking it all natural and then just going about their merry day. This ain't a cartoon where your cartoon characters don't get diseases unless it's funny or it has a plot point. No, you got to worry about bacteria in the water. Just let me just take my full-on thermos and then just chug the water. Don't even think about purifying it at all. Because if it's cold and freezing, I should be fine. The bacteria can't survive in cold water. It can be hot water, and I can be just fine. That's how you die? Yes, it is. That's how you die. Drinking water from an iceberg without even bothering to try and purify it, and thinking that, oh, it's just very, very cold, so I should be fine. And you're just allowing all of this bacteria just to get inside your body. There have been movies about this. Flesh eating diseases, brain eating diseases, all because people think, well, if it's cold and super cold up here in Antarctica or in Alaska, in the North Pole or in the South Pole, then it's safe to consume because everything is either frozen or dead. And I'm like, no, 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 no. That's how you become patient zero for a worldwide pathogen. That's how the thing got outside. It's water. It is water. Okay, most expensive. Let's see. Most expensive. This will be funny. Most expensive dough in the world. The most expensive bread in the world is a luxury sourdough from Spain's Pan Piña bakery, priced around $1,500 to $2,000, due to being infused with edible gold and silver flakes. Stop putting metal in my bread! Stop putting, I don't care if it's edible. Stop putting metal in my bread. The ingredients read as follows: organic flour, Himalayan salt, rare seeds, and significant amounts of edible gold and silver. Bruh, if I eat this bread and I set off the metal detector, I'm blaming you and demanding my money back. Because that means I can't fly back home. Oh, we have some, it appears that you have some metal on you, sir. Yeah, I ate some of that, expensive sourdough bread from Spain. Drink look good back there? Well, thank you. That's my lemonade. Once I get done with this session, I'm gonna eat me some food. That bag look familiar? Because it's McAllister's. And it's mine. Most expensive steak. Yeah, Chris, let me not hold you up. Let me not keep you waiting. Most expensive steak in the world. We looked up the Wagyu. Most expensive steak in the world. Oh, here it is. The most expensive steak is often cited as a vintage Côte de Boeuf from French butcher Alexandre Paulmade, aged for years with a single rib costing a single rib cost $3,200? Thank you all for the laugh. See you. Oh, thank you, Kitty. I hope I was able to entertain your entertain Kitten 2 quite well. The man with the funny voices, Mister, wishes you well and for a speedy recovery. Continue to rest up. But you, Kitty, you have a wonderful day. Let me see. Gold is non-magnetic. That much I know. Yeah, it's not magnetic. But what about silver? Is silver magnetic? Because if it is, I'm still in trouble. I'm still in trouble if that's the case. But I'm looking at it, and it says that while vintage Côte de Boeuf, while it is a single rib goes for $3,200, for regular luxury, Japanese A5 Wagyu, especially Kobe, is generally considered the priciest beef per pound, value for its intense marbling, melting texture, and rich flavor, with prices well over $400 per pound. Laughter heals? Yes. Laughter does good like a medicine, and Dr. Mr. Qushu over here is happy to provide. But, yeah. Signature Pursuit 100,000. Signature Pursuit 100,000 Wagyu at a price of $100,000. That might be the most. What is up with Salt Bay? He put them gold wraps on tomahawks. He would have got cussed out. Don't put no gold paper on my food. The thing about Salt Bay is that Salt Bay has just genuinely made a. And I looked up the history of Salt Bay. Salt Bay had like a thing going, being all fancy, just sprinkling salt over the meat. And it was amusing for a while, as Green Goblin would say, and they found you amusing for a while. But now he has it in his head that he truly is a chef that is capable of producing foods that are worth the prices that he charges. And he's just nothing but he's what you would call a showboater. Silver's not magnetic as well. It's still metal! It's still metal. Let's not gloss over that. It's still metal in my food. Human body is not meant to ingest metal. Don't care. I don't care. We're not meant to eat metal at all. We are not Gajiel from Fairy Tale. We are not goats. We are not the Iron Giant from the Iron Giant. We are not nanobots from the day the Earth stood still. We are not supposed to be eating metal at all. But, yeah, Salt Bay is the person who just literally rode his fame out, and now is just like kind of basic in terms of like the stuff that he does for his food. So it's like he does it to be seen, not because he's a good chef, but because he does it for the spectacle in order to keep the attention on him. Because you know how people are when they get like a 5 minutes of fame. They want to hold on to that 5 minutes of fame for like 5 years. So they do whatever they need to in order to remain relevant. That's the reason why Jack Doherty is such a dork. I heard he fall downhill when he touched the trophy. Yeah, he did. He did. Because he went there and thought he was good enough to hold the trophy. He thought he was famous enough, relevant enough to touch the trophy. And then he was like, I think it was like escorted out because he was doing too much. Hold on. Salt. Yeah, he tried to take the trophy away from Lisandro Martinez. Yeah, basically just there for. And it begs the question, and people were begging. Oh wow, yeah, it was begging the question: how did some restaurant owner find his way into the World Cup in 2022? Yeah, it was back then. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, and he was just there for some reason. Yeah, it's just like he's just off to the side, but then somehow made his way over to where the trophy was and decided to put his hands on it because it would make him look good online. That was the thing. It would make him look good online. The only time I want silver or gold near my food is if the knife I used to cook has a pattern weld on it that used to say gold or silver. Yeah, he only went up there because he wanted to be seen. Because around that time, I mean, people still knew of him, but it was not like he was like a big household name or anything. So what do? Well, you put yourself out there in a situation where people know exactly who you are, and that'll bring attention to you. So, because that will bring people over to your restaurant. Hey, I was there at the World Cup. I was there at the World Cup. I touched the World Cup. I salted the World Cup. That's another way to keep yourself relevant for a good amount of days. Because whether it's good or bad, publicity is publicity. I hate saying that word because I always mess it up. I always say publicity, but it's publicity. So dude was just doing the much. Doing the most. Not doing the much. Yeah, he was doing the much. He was doing the most. Just being extra. That's the reason why when I see people like all these crazy people on the internet, when they have downfalls, I don't even feel bad. Especially when their downfalls are their own making, I don't feel bad for them because congratulations, you played yourself. It's literally like one of those situations. Let me see. Almost 2 hours, and I want to go ahead and eat some food. I think we checked out more than enough expensive foods thus far, and I am ready to eat for myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably where I'm going to call it a little bit of a session of me going over some expensive foods. It was fun. It was great. Sometimes these playbacks be making it seem like I got something on my face, but it's just the quality of the videos too. Look up into Dominican Republic food. Okay, let me see. Dominican Republic food, just random food? Okay, the food looks good. I'll say that much, the food looks good. Yeah, this food looks good. I like that one in the first photo, though. That looks good. Ooh, what is that? That looks good. Ooh, Mongu Dominican mashed plantains. This looks good. The perfectly shaped egg with a toast and... What is that? That looks good. Ooh, that looks delicious. I like the way that looked. No, you gotta go ahead, bro. Go and eat. Idea for next expensive stream: toys. Oh, that'll be a good one. Salami, fried eggs. Chris, that would actually be a good one to do the next time. Go practice your lines. I will. I got quite a few lines to go through, but we did like a rough run earlier this morning, so I got pretty much the majority of them down. Just, making sure I remember every single one. And we're free to ad-lib just a little bit, just as long as we stay on topic. So, but it's not even a long play. It's just like a short segment. So I'm not even too worried about it, but I will go over them. But this food looks like this food here. Ooh. La Bandera Dominicana. Ooh, this. Ooh, this looks good. Toys would be a good one. I would cry. Still have your Power Rangers Zeo toy. I know I still got some toys in storage. I just haven't been to storage in so very long. I still know. I know I still got some. I still got some action figures that I've had ever since I moved here, and they've been up there for a hot minute. Like, I still have my Avengers Endgame Thor, SH Figure Arts Thor. It's still in the box. It's still sealed inside. I have the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero SH Figure Arts Satoru Gojo, and I haven't even opened that one up. I opened up the other one, but I haven't even opened that one up. I still have my Riku figure from the Bring Arts series of Riku for Kingdom Hearts 3 that I got alongside my original copy of Kingdom Hearts 3, of which I still have the collector's box for. Still got that. And I still haven't opened that up after all these years. And it's been many years since Kingdom Hearts 3 has been out. One day I'll replay through Kingdom Hearts 3. One day. Anyone remember those over-the-top commercials? Yeah, I remember them. I remember those over-the-top commercials. Like the one where the dude is telling you how to save money, and he's like this older gentleman. It's from the 90s. And he had like this jacket with question marks all over him, and he's behaving crazily. It's like, Just do this and call this number right here. I saved Ann here $500 when she did this, and I saved Daniel $5,000 when he did that. Buy my book, and then you'll learn how to save all this money. Don't let the government take it from you. Keep it for yourself. And he would be on TV doing all of that. I forget his exact name, but he had like some of the most outrageous commercials about how loud he was. 90s commercials were very, very loud in a lot of cases. I remember them. Got to be careful if I want to do like a session on old commercials, simply because copyright reasons. Yeah, simply because of copyright reasons. So looking up old toys would probably be a lot safer. Probably be a lot better and a lot safer. Remember Miss Cleo? Yes, I remember Miss Cleo. I remember seeing her growing up. All the way in the 90s. All the way in the 90s. Call me now, because your future's on the line. Literally, and I want to say, the most famous psychic person on television. So yeah, I remember Miss Cleo because I remember seeing her in my grandmama's house. When the commercials was on and I see Miss Cleo pop up there, I would just see her with that. Yeah, she was the most hype psychic person on TV. There were other people, but Miss Cleo was pretty much the top one. The one that people remember the most. Voluntarily remember the most. Wow, there was a lot of things that happened in the 90s. But yeah. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for me to eat my food. Yeah, and then we figured out we figured out we was scammed. Yep. She was like the biggest name in psychic televising, and then find out that she was lying. And the thing is, people trusted her. That's the thing. People trusted her. People gave her money in hopes that her fortunes would be right. And when you find out that she was a fraud, and you willingly gave her money, bad day. I might look into that one day just to see how far that rabbit hole goes and how much people have lost to Miss Cleo for false predictions and whatnot. But yeah, I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, this has actually been a very fun session. And I'm glad that if this is my last big session where I'm just like having a casual conversation with you guys, but I still think that we still got some days left to do that. From Monday and Tuesday. I don't think Wednesday and Thursday, because Wednesday and Thursday is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day specifically. Then we just have Friday and Saturday, and then we just have the last remaining days of December, which is just 4 days all the way up until Wednesday. But if I do anything more, then we'll definitely have some fun for next week, because we still got some things to do and still got some things to take care of. I still got to finish my 2025 game review. So that will definitely be done before Christmas, and I thank you for your patience. But other than that, we've had some great fun in December. Still got some days left, so it's not over quite yet. But I'm done. It's time for me to eat, time for me to relax a little bit, and then go over my lines and just chill and catch up on some videos that I haven't caught up on. And apparently, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora has dropped so much in price that its base price is pretty much, yeah, it's dark already. Its base price is pretty much $24.99 now for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. It used to be like, what, $70? It used to be $70. Now its base price is all the way down to $24, and it's not on sale. So maybe in the future, even though I said I had no interest in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, maybe that could be something we mess with next year. But of course, we still have the priorities of Final Fantasy VII, and then later on Final Fantasy X and X-2. There are still those to go through. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I had a wonderful time with all of you. Kitty, thanks again for the super chat. I greatly appreciated. And to everyone else, Blue People Avatar, yes, Blue People Avatar, from the makers of Far Cry and the like. Now that it's dropped significantly in price, I can say like, yeah, I can mess with it because I'm not paying full price for Frontiers of Pandora at this time. Let's wait for all these updates and all these patches and all these free stuff to come out before I be all like, okay, now I'm gonna play it. But you said Pandora, yes. But ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my. Oh, actually, firstly, thank you for tuning in. You didn't have to last this long, but you did, and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all of you. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even consider checking out the Patreon because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!